Hello, baby, and welcome back to Star Sector. We had another little recording error. We lost a bit of content. Nothing too bad. So we accepted the task from the Archcurate, and she asked us to find a Knight's Initiate called Jethro Bornanu. He was sent to infiltrate a Ludic Path terrorist cell, and he has not been heard from in quite some time. We also made contact with the Galatia Academy, who are a bunch of boring nerds on a research ship pretending to not be influenced by like all the corporate and political money. They're a bunch of nerds. We completed some minor tasks for them. One guy sent us on a task to go out to the edge of space, scan a sensor package, and then go beyond the known sector into the fringe. And then we also got contact with the head of the academy, who gave us a liaison, who gave us a few missions. And those are all pretty simple. It's like transporting some scientists to another planet, analyzing a ship, very simple stuff. And then we did a bunch of fighting, we did some exploring, we buffed up our fleets, nothing too crazy, and we find ourselves looking for Jethro on this planet Chalcedon, where we met a recruiter for the Ludic Path, and we made a good enough impression that he told us that Jethro was on Mazalot. So we will be going there. I believe that's in this station. It's close. It's a little this ways. We need to drop off this VIP. We don't have a lot of time for the station, for the Galatia station, so we'll go do that. We have quite a bit of money as well. We can check out this military world for maybe a few more ships. Madeira's where we drop off the scientist. Knowing that Madeira would always rely on outside resources for survival, the domain could count on the polity's loyalty. The collapse was not accounted for in the equation, however, and the Madeiran polity was among the founding members of the Persean League, despite its modest population and limited industry. They've been expecting you. Upon entering the traffic-controlled volume of Madeira, you receive an incoming comms transmission from the offices of Khurshid Qasim. You arrange a drop-off point for his niece. That's the student. The student says, "Space is awful, how can you stand it?" And the crew, they glance at some off-boarding spacers with disgust. It's a good thing that Lot has you to lead them and set a good example. Blah, blah, blah. Another nerd. And let's buy some ships. Another cruiser could be nice. It's got a lot of damage, though. What about the black market? You know, we can get a cheap one here. We can get some destroyers to beef us up. Before we buy it, let's check that. Okay. And then let's... I have a lot of ships to fit. Medium ballistics hardpoint. figure out how to just make these up. There's so many options, it's completely overwhelming. I feel like you need to just read a guide to have any idea of what you're doing. We need more fighters. You know, I think having a lot more little troops could be nice. We'll get some fighters there. We'll do the only one available. We'll do rockets. That sounds nice. I want more rockets. Okay, let's get some more fighters. And I'm just gonna go ahead and learn these just to clear them out. We can sell this one. We'll take some more supplies. Going through more and more a day. Might as well refuel. Yeah, and then we got some good ships for the trouble. We're getting tracked. We'll let them come to us. We'll allow the scan. Suspicious cargo found. So they did a bunch of damage for no reason. I don't know why. We didn't, as far as I know, we didn't do anything illegal there. Oh, we bought shit from the black market. Those pieces of shit. Oh, they're such, oh my god. Okay. Not a huge deal. What do we have next? So we can go do the Knight Errant quest, and we can also finally do the, let's buy some more Marines while they're cheap. How are we on crew? We need more crew. Okay, and now we'll go do the next part of the Jethro quest. Nope, wrong button. Running a little low on money after all that. Gonna have to deal with that soon. Hopefully we get some from helping out here on Ilm. What is this, a pirate? So let's try to do the quest on M. Combat starts in turns, each taking a day. You'll start with Marines and heavy armaments, deploy them to the surface. They'll spend their time shooting up anyone. Okay, thank you. So we have many companies. to deploy. Just go ahead and send them all over the planet, kind of a shock and awe. Okay. And then I believe we can try to take out their fleet. It shouldn't be much of a problem. Your fleet is too large to be able to disengage. Won't move in. So we're basically maxed out. We can get a few more ships that we can deploy. We'll have to start losing some if we want to get better ships. Nope, not all. So we have heavy autocannons, we have some missiles, an auto lance. Bunch of lasers. Okay, that's our bread and butter. It's my first time flying this ship. It's our most powerful, I think. This guy's getting fucked up. But he needs help. Guys, Flux is out of control. That's good. Lost a ship. I think we're pushing them off though. Oh, his hull's going down. The ship's lost. Perfect. Oh yeah, and their ships are going down quick. I don't think this guy stands much of a chance. He's almost fluxed out. There it is. Enemy fleet is destroyed. Wonder if we'll be able to catch that guy. He's turning around for a fight. And there he is. We'll claim victory. We'll let them go. Consider ship recovery. Standard combat freighter. To be honest, we're not even worried about it. If it died that easily. Maybe it's better to repair them and take them back, but I don't think so. So we got some bounty from doing that as well. That's pretty good. How do I get back to the invasion? Surface battle. We lost 25 Marines and some heavy armament. I just don't understand. How we're supposed to get back to the military engagements. Is it this one? It is this one. Okay, I see. Holding, so ground defenses. We're gonna move these guys. Move all of our Marines to the ground defenses and overwhelm it. They have a couple, so we'll leave them there. We can buy some more supplies, more fuel. I think we need more Marines. Okay, so we have eventually won. How many Marines do we have? We lost some from that, but that's okay. We can talk to Ross Diamond. Excellent work, friend. The invasion has been thwarted and Ilm safe. We picked up a bunch of prisoners, and Colonel Shaddad wants me to sit in on the interrogations. I imagine FleetSec would be very interested in just who sponsored an unflagged invasion of the planet. Who do you think it was? Diamond rubs his chin. There are a few obvious suspects, aren't there? The Hedge would just love to expand their influence in our backyard and embarrass us at the same time. Then there's the Church. They've never really forgotten the Mazalot uprising. On the other hand, this sort of skullduggery doesn't seem like their forte. And there's still a bunch of unanswered questions, like what the fleet was doing all this time. They're going to go over the evidence. When I'm done with tonight's business, how about you come down Dirtside with me for supper? You've earned a few beers. I'll accept. A few hours later, a message from the captain arrives in your inbox. It contains the name and address of a local middle-class establishment. Clean, moderately fancy, with reasonable prices. Do you feel that it would have not been so miserly and treated the hero of Ilm's... Do you feel that he could have been not so miserly and treated the hero of Ilm to a suitably posh place? Or conversely, would you be more at home with the rowdiest watering hole the place has to offer? contrast to his appearance in the calm not a day ago, the lead captain before you is now a worn, hollowed out imitation of a man, as if he was the one who had been locked up with the interrogator. "Hello, Bridget," he says. "Please order anything you like. It's my treat. What did you find out? We don't know each other well enough for that." The captain was right, you catch him mutter. Somehow it doesn't seem like he's referring to you or himself. Okay, gave us a good little payday for that, for completing the mission. That's nice. So we got that out the way, and then we can go to Mazalot. There's a pirate invasion fleet. They seem tiny. We'll hit to Mazalot, and that's where the Knight of Lud is supposed to be. Also check out any missions worth getting. We do know where a Domain Era mothership and a battleship are. Those might be worth getting. It's not far. That could be kind of cool. Pick up a Paragon battleship. Okay, we're back. We made it to Mazalot. We are looking for Jethro. Let's hit the bar. So we could also try to get a bribe for information about Jethro. Let's do... You pretend to read the menu as the man puts the jack down and explains that he saw your fleet come in. You look like someone who might find use for Sindarine dictat codes. Will decline. He wants us to go to war, do an attack on the hegemony. Don't know that I want to do that quite yet. I want to stay kind of neutral. Let's look for a bribe on Jethro. You ask around about someone who might have connections with the path, keeping your language indirect. Spacers know that following local planetary rules and regulations is only really a game to be kept up, so you're only politely rebuffed and in turn politely turned down unwanted counter-offers about irrelevant opportunities. Finally, we hit up the right person. He nods and deliberately lifts your drink, holds it up towards you in a subtle toast, then takes a sip. You may not be as lost as you think, he says. I'm an infotech. Less the tech, more the sales, you know. Distribution of useful information. Let's just offer him 3,000. You touch the data pad. He says, Captain Bridget Myers, by the power of the Mazalot Unification Authority, you are charged with criminal conspiracy under the Interstellar Terrorism Statute of... He drones on in legalese, relishing the act. We consider our options. We'll say 6,000 credits then. And that seems to do it. We'll transfer the credits. He says he's not going to give us any information. We'll tell him that we tell his superior he just bribed us, and that pisses him off. But he does give us the dossier on one Niall Virens, local Pather strongman. He says we deserve each other. Niall Vierens. Let's talk to him. He isn't answering. Babysitter for a while. Mere minutes later, he pings us with an update. He never activated the comms. It seems he doesn't use comms. Good OPSEC. But someone who claimed to be an associate did respond. He's invited me for tea, hasn't he? Yes, ma'am. So we'll take a shuttle down to... We can either take a shuttle to meet him or extract Jethro with the raid. I'm gonna stay low-key. It's been good so far. From the shuttle, you admire the atmospheric display resulting from Mazalot's strong magnetic field, spectra flare and break like ocean waves. Your shuttle is unaffected aside from extra cleanup processing required by the comms and nav systems. You land on the outskirts of some Ludic majority town in what passes for a spaceport. A field of baked gray dust, a long row of sheds might be traffic control, warehouses, or a barn for all you know. I got like half an hour in before I realized I didn't record right, so I fucking... I feel like my reading is already shot. A pair of militants wearing dusk masks meets you. They're armed, but not conspicuously so. They lead you through a town of sun-baked brick and slowly corroding salvage. Bright paint and lush gardens managed just to stave off a sense of apocalyptic decay. Soon you find yourself before a large compound with doors of etched metal. The militants are met by another pair, similarly armed. The most senior lowers their mask. Blessed peace the Staybridge admires. Please, ma'am, follow me. He does a quick 1-2 and the doors swing open. The air is cool. The walls hung with cloth woven in bright patterns. Wooden furniture prevails. A clean, earthy scent hangs in the air. You are overcome by a sense of ancient wealth, entirely underwhelming compared to the palaces of Eventide or Tritachyon Executive Chateau. But here, you can tell that every object, every surface, has been transformed by the hand and muscle of human beings alone. You are led upstairs, wooden, creaking unsettlingly, to a room overlooking an interior courtyard garden. The silhouette of a man stirs at your presence. Blessed peace upon you, the man says. I am Niall Vierens. I invite you to sit with me. A finely carved table is set with a tea set, simple in form and painted with delicate, natural motifs. With all this dealing with Ludics, you realize that you're starting to develop a sense for the quality of tea by the scent hanging in the air after the boiling water is freshly poured. This is the good stuff. I'll sit with him and drink. He pours 2 cups. I'll tell him I'm looking for a man called Jethro. Yes, I know. I have met this man born anew and I know where he is. He leaves the stalemate hanging. Let it hang. With a small amused nod, Vierens acknowledges that you've left the gap in conversation for him, not you to fill. I feel that I have some responsibility to born anew, you see. Vierens flicks a non-existent speck from his teacup. Not for him in particular, but for courtesy, shall we say. My meeting with him was brief, and we've had no business or acquaintance since. He did, however, tell me why he was sent here, and by who. Vierens looks for your reaction. I would not wish to direct you to him if your intentions were unkind. I'll say... I'll tell him that I'll be strong. I'll tell him that the Archcurate wants him back to serve the church. I see, Viren said. Thinking for a long minute, he turns back to sip some tea. You should speak to him yourself. I shall give you his coordinates. I'll just thank him. The path is not all one thing, Spacer, nor is the church. Remember that. We'll take a shuttle to his coordinates. We'll do a scan. Lightly populated, poorly developed rural zone, barren land, a small struggling farmstead next to the coordinates. An individual man appears. Many things can be hidden, weapons, people. I'll just go alone. The spectra of charged particles interacting with Mazalot's atmosphere flare and break like ocean waves. Your shuttle's descent is smooth, your pilot interfacing with lackadaisical local traffic control and receiving only token objection to landing near a Ludic majority settlement. Near is a relative term. We have to take a... So we get into the field. So we get to a thin shade of trees. The shade of the grove is speckled by light filtering through thin leaves. You find a large man in a long, dusty, hooded coat, almost a robe. His back is to you. There are a handful of Ludic grave markers here, brightly painted with natural pigments. They look well maintained. The man's head is bowed in prayer. Jethro born anew, I presume. He unclasps his hands and turns to you. Yes, I am Jethro born anew. You have come a long way, Captain, I assume. I'll ask if he lost someone. No, he looks at the graves. I never met them. Not when they were alive, I mean. This farm, what's left of it, they built it, so I was told. I'll ask why Jaspis wants him back so bad. The Reverend Archcurate, he says automatically. Sorry, he adds quickly, habit. They really drill it into you in the church. Archcurate Jaspis told me I could call her Sophronia, as if I was family. She wants to change the path of the faith, I believe. She believes he can help. No one else seems to think much of you. The Reverend Archcurate does, and that was enough to bring you here for me. I don't care to speculate about how many credits she's wasting on me. I'll ask him about his mission. He failed. And I confess I wanted to fail after meeting the recruiter on Chalcedon. Sedge? Yes, he looked surprised. That was his name. I did not like the man. I did not like the things I would have to do to make him like me. Bornanu looks away. He seemed to be someone I might have been if I had lived a different life, walked a different path. But you are not him. That's why Jaspis wants you back. He gives you a skeptical look. That worries me all the more. Is that your farm? It is. It was. He's a poor farmer. I'm taking him back to Gilead. I see. Jaspis, of course. I'll tell him to leave, so we have him. Perfect. Easy enough, he just came with us. What is next for us? You know, we're close to this artifact recovery in the ship. I think we'll go do both of those. Oh, I'm not doing a sustained burn. That's quite dumb. At least we didn't get to hyperspace. Knocked off course kind of bad. That's okay. So to analyze this ship, we're trying to receive a domain Airage Forge component. It's in the heart of the system. Maybe we got lucky and it's right here. Minor equipment cache. We got a blueprint package. We'll just take that. Another couple of blueprints. It's kind of nice. some more blueprints. And a fighter, and here is the ship. Ooh. As you approach the derelict, your center officer points out signs that you're not the first to visit. Outgassing and debris around the target's hull match the profile of a recent salvage operation. More like a smash and grab, growls your ops chief. Whoever got here first was not a professional, judging by the slipshod breaching cuts and tangle of discarded equipment. You send out a salvage team and they perform a sweep with cautious efficiency. Your mission target is missing, but they do find something unexpected. A leaky suit crudely bolted to a bulkhead, occupant unconscious, the victim of some punishment evidently. We'll cut them free. The victim is thankful and eager to talk, and definitely a pirate. You watch through a hollow feed as the story comes out about being left behind due to a perceived transgression, which the others got talking and decided just because they don't like me much that I was the one to blame. I didn't do a thing to deserve it. They knew something was on the ship. All that remains is what to be done with the unfortunate pirate. I'm not going to put him back in space. So we got to find this ship. I don't think we have a time limit for it, actually. So instead we'll hit this battle. No, we'll go ahead and do this ship because it's close. Shouldn't take us long. Let's go get these fucking pirates. Any idea where they might be? Some distance away from the center. Station. Good salvage here. We found a valuable spaceport item, an ultra strong carbon nanomesh capable cable that is the key to construction of a space elevator. It's pretty sweet. Got a couple of AI cores. Take all this. Pretty nice. So nothing good so far. Here is the fleet. They're running from us. We'll accept the comms request. What do you want, scavenger? He says with contempt. This is our cash, and if you know what's best, you'll be burning along to find some shiny bits out elsewhere. We'll use a story point here for the extra experience. The blood drained from the pirate captain's face. She did, but she said all was forgiven. She said it was balanced out. She said I made it up to her. He seems really worried. Better lay it on. Okay, She never forgets, but she hasn't killed you yet. She must want me alive for some reason, and I'm useful to her if I'm alive. That makes sense. I owe her still. I always will. Will I tell her I'm loyal? I'll tell her. And we got the ship for free. We're gonna move into engage anyway. Go ahead and get this experience. I don't think they stand a chance. I mean, look at this. Pirates have some fancy tech of their own, though. Yeah, they're going down quickly. These guys don't really stand a chance. We need to find a stronger opponent to test ourselves against. Should be most of them dead. We didn't lose any. Good enough. We'll claim victory. Perfect. Let the supply cache here. We can survey some worlds while we're out here. Plentiful organics, trace volatiles, rich farmland, class 5 survey data. We could establish a colony. I think we're just gonna make a, for now, we're just gonna make a note. Class 5 Terran world, perfect. And then we can go get this battleship. We'll probably get another level here soon. Someone's draining our drive field. Don't even know what that means. Guess it's slowing us down. Why? I don't know. This son of a bitch. But we have made it to the star system, and hopefully we have, there's a mining station here. A couple of freebies, and then we can go to the ship. Did it disappear? I think it's probably in orbit around this planet. Yeah, here it is. Oh no, I did not want to salvage it. I wanted to do the special operations. No, 1 minute ago. Okay, it's not bad. Let's go do that real fast. I'm a dummy. I'm gonna try to get this, whatever this thing is. Don't know that I'll be able to. We'll emergency burn away from it. It's like on our ass. Very annoying. We have the Paradon class ship. Perfect. Special operations will recover it. Sweet. And now we'll head back to civilized space and try to make the most of this. We might have to store it away for a while. We're under-crewed for what we need. The ship definitely slows us down, and shit. Takes a lot of resources to keep running. A lot of fighting going on. Interesting. Pirate raiders, huh? Let's go for it. Where's our big boy? I don't see it. These guys are just getting eaten alive. a little out of position. Need to back up. Our homies will help us out with these little ships. Who is left? That seems like it's it. We'll claim victory. Perfect. We got a $20,000 bounty on that one. It's pretty good. And then we'll go hit the League Station. Actually, fuck it. Let's get this pirate as well. These guys seem to have a pirate problem and they're paying well to fix it. Move into engage. So we don't have enough points to deploy this guy yet. Which is okay, because it's not combat ready. We'll try to capture both of these. We'll get little bonuses if we do. Looks like we're making contact. Oop. Well, that guy got demolished. We're taking on a lot of fire here. Need to back up. opposing ships left and right. Oops. Not very good at the ship combat yet. Can't believe I don't have the firepower to take this guy down. Alright, how many are left? Goddamn. Need to watch my own flux here. Alright, the battle is finally done. We'll let them go. A support destroyer will take. And we need supplies kind of desperately. But killing these pirates is a good way to make money for us. We also have a skill point. So last time we got a significant fuel reduction. I think we'll get a significant maintenance reduction this time. Which is good because we were out of supplies. Desperately need to buy more. We'll buy everything they have. Tempted to go on the black market to sell some of this. It's worth a good amount of money. We can also top up on fuel, get more supplies for cheap. We need more crew. And there we go. So back up to 500,000. Okay. I think the goal for next time, I'll probably do this off camera because it's boring, but I need to actually figure out what to do with the Paragon class battleship. I shouldn't just auto-fit this one. And then we can get rid of a few of the weaker ships in our fleet to make room for it. And then we should, I don't know, I think we'll probably try to set up a colony on that Terran world we found, and we can store it on there. Can't really afford to fly around with it everywhere. Like if we check our map, I mean, our range is still pretty huge even with it, but I think we'll probably drop it off for when we're traveling around and then pick it up when we need it, but it's cool to have. I think for now, we've picked up Jethro Born Anew. We need to drop him off. We'll do that next time. Yeah. So it's looking good. Making more slow progress reading everything, but I hope you've enjoyed, baby, and I'll see you next time. I love you.